In your walk with Jesus, you're so much bigger than a couple hours scrolling on TikTok each day. You're so much bigger than your phone addiction weighing you down each day and leaving you just feeling awful. Your phone is absolutely killing your relationship with Jesus and you don't even realize it yet. The scrolling, the hours on TikTok, Instagram, all social media is distracting you from the fact that you have such a greater purpose in this life. And that's exactly one of the main points I want to talk about today, is you have such a greater purpose on this life than you really realize. Even if you think you're deep down in the dirt and you just don't have anything to do with what the world is calling you to desire, then that's honestly a good thing. Because what Jesus is calling us to do is to go away from the worldly desires, to follow his kingdom and seek him each and every day with your whole heart. And this is not one of those things. This is what the world wants us to do. The world wants us to sit on social media for hours and keep on scrolling and distract you from just things like this behind me, the world. Go explore, because your phone is the root of all evil. And I truly believe that that's what Satan wants out of you. He wants you to sit in your bed for hours on hours, on your couch for hours on hours, and just sit and waste your life away. But what Jesus is calling us to do is to enjoy the world for what the purpose really is of it. The hard truth not many people want to hear is addiction is actually a sin. Sin that's causing you away from your purpose. God has given everyone with talents and gifts, and you're just wasting your life countless hours. If you check your screen time right now, I promise you, probably over 3 to 4 hours a day, if not 6, 7. And those are hours you can be building something in your life, in your purpose, and your talents, and getting better. But you just keep on wasting that time. Before you know it, days are going to stack up off that. Weeks are going to stack up off that. Months, maybe years off of just looking at your phone. And this is not what Jesus calls us to do. He just wants you to fulfill what God has given you. Now, how do you battle these phone addictions? How do you get over the hump? My number one thing is just pray for guidance and strength from God. When all else fails, we can always come back and pray to him, because he's always going to be there for us. Because what Jesus did on this world, we can come to him for whatever in this world and in whatever time. Number 2, it might not seem like much, but celebrate your progress. If you're on your phone for 7 hours and you limit that to 6, then that's a small W. Celebrate it. Because at any progress, if we celebrate that and give ourselves little internal wins, then that's just going to want us to keep on progressing each and every day. Reflect on your purpose. What is your purpose on your world? What did God gift you with? And if you're still trying to figure out what that is, whatever you're good at right now, just work wholeheartedly at that and see where that gets you. If that's what God is directing you to do, then that's awesome. Keep on working wholeheartedly at that. But if it's not, then keep on seeking him daily. Keep on praying and coming back to my number 1 tip. Coming back to reflecting on your purpose. You are so much bigger than a phone. You're so much bigger than scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours. It's so demoralizing to know that you just wasted all that time when you could have been doing X, Y, and Z. And what I wrote here in my notes is Jesus lived a life focused on relationships, service, and prayer. So use him as an example to reflect on your own life and how you can use your time more meaningfully by serving others. Obviously depending on where you are in your walk of life. But go and serve. Go and spread his word. Try to just plant a seed of one person today, if that's all it takes. Because I promise you, it's so much more fulfilling doing something like that and getting your word and all these other examples I'm about to give you than just sitting at home and scrolling away. Watch the hours go by. Replacing your phone with your Bible. Because once you pick up your Bible and start to even get closer with God, you're not going to have the urge as much to go on TikTok, go on Instagram, go on YouTube and scroll for hours. Because this is the most fulfilling thing in the world, getting a stronger relationship with Jesus each day. The next time you have an urge or anything of that sort to just go scroll on your phone, go waste your time away, just go and read a chapter of the Bible. Go read a couple verses. I promise you. And if you don't have a Bible, I promise you it's the best investment you'll ever make. Because why I say this is the best investment you can make is because a lot of people read the Bible on their phone. And what the phone gets out of it is good, but also can be really bad once you get that notification you go into the other app, and then it leads you to another app, and now you're just in this rabbit hole and you can't get out of it because you're just so addicted to your phone. And that's why we need to replace it with Jesus today. Make those small steps today and celebrate the progress that you make along the way. What we need to remind ourselves of is nothing on this world really matters. The only thing that matters is Jesus and getting into his eternal kingdom of heaven. Because what we do in this world decides whether we go there or not. Scrolling on social media for hours on hours and having a phone addiction isn't doing anything for us. My final suggestion to you is to write everything down in your schedule. Instead of where you have this big gap maybe of doing nothing and you're just in your own mind, in your own head, scrolling away, use an hour or 30 minutes to just read your word each day and build up from there. And I promise you, once you put your phone down and you pick up your Bible, you're going to feel so much more fulfillment, so much more happiness, and just so much more freedom with Jesus. Because that's all we need in this life is Jesus. No challenge is too hard for the human mind to overcome. That's why God designed you exactly how you are. And exactly how you are today, he knows you can get over it. He knows, he put this video on your feed for a reason because he knows that you're struggling with it and you need to overcome it. In your walk with Jesus, you're so much bigger than a couple hours scrolling on TikTok each day. You're so much bigger than your phone addiction weighing you down each day and leaving you just feeling awful. Because we need Jesus in this life to replace that phone addiction and any other addictions you have going on in your life. So I know you can do it with these tips. And I know that God has provided me value to give to you today. And he put this video on your feed for a reason. If I just help one person, would you please just share this video with someone to help them out if they're struggling with the same thing? Comment if I provided any value for you today. And subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. I really appreciate everyone for watching this video, and peace.
Tell me how you feel for real. Came up at that mud, it's still for real. Talk about that blood, it was real for real. Looking at the God above, it was his for real. It's really crazy how we came up out the instrumental. It's really crazy, can't afford to be too sentimental. I was in that dark anxiety in my mental. God, can you take it off of me?